Hello, my group and I will talk about the topics addressed in Profile 2. All of us will have 100% done everyone. Let's start with topic number 1, responsibility and features of a software architect in a company. A great job title typically includes a general term, level of experience, and any special requirements. The general term will optimize your job title to show up in a general search for jobs of the same nature. The level of experience will help you attract the most qualified applicants by outlining the amount of responsibility and prior knowledge required. And if your position title is specified, consider including the specialization in the job title as well. But avoid using internal titles, abbreviations, or acronyms to make sure people understand what your job posting is before clicking. Okay, now the responsibilities. The responsibilities and duties section is the most important part of the job description. Here you should outline the functions this position will perform on a regular basis, how the job functions within the organization, and who the job reports to. Collaborate with peer organizations, quality assurance, and users to produce cutting-edge software solutions, and finally interpret business requirements to articulate the business needs to be addressed. And well, that's the bibliography.
Good morning, teacher. Today, I'm going to explain the architectural pattern, also called archetypes. These offer solutions to software architecture problems in software engineering. They give a description of elements and the type of relationship that they have, along with a set of restrictions on how they can be used. An architectural pattern expresses an essential structuration and organization scheme for a software system, consisting of subsystems and their responsibilities and interactions. Compared to design patterns, architectural patterns have a higher level of abstraction. An architectural pattern is a general and reusable solution to a common problem in software architecture within a given context. Architecture patterns are similar to the software design pattern but have a broader scope.
Hi, my name is Fabio Estrada, and it's up to me to explain repository architecture. Okay, let's go. As you can see in the display, you can see a repository-based architecture model that show you the different process of the repository. The first one is enterprise modeling, the second one is analyze design, the third one is produce generate, and the fourth one is build and test, and the last one is production maintenance. Okay, what is repository-based architecture? Consists of a central data structure and a collection of independent components which operate on the central data structure. Okay, repositories are very important for data integration. Those are being introduced in a variety of applications, including software development, etc. And then, as you can see the bibliography. You just have to click in the document, and then you will see the full document.
The client-server architecture is a system architecture in network in which many clients can request and receive a service from a centralized server that in many cases it's a specialized dispositive, in other cases is a normal computer. The objective of this architecture is that these clients can request some queries from the server, especially in the database side. Some of the characteristics of the client-server architecture is that had an asymmetrical protocols in that many clients can be in one server. Another one is the encapsulation of services. The service is an specialist when give a message can request a service in determine how to get the job done. And of course, the architecture must protect the integrity. The code and the data for the server are centrally maintained, which some results in a cheaper and maintaining protector of shared data integrate. A message based in exchange, this is the thing that a client requests from a query and the server answer this query. This one can use a reusable code many programs can use the same code. And one of the last ones, a platform independence. The clients are independent in one entity, while the servers is only one.
Now with layer architecture. This pattern can be used to structure programs that can be decomposed into groups of subtasks, and each of which is at a particular level of abstraction. Each layer provides service to the next higher layer. The four most commonly encountered layers of a general information system are as follows: the presentation layer, the application layer, the business logic layer, and the data access layer. The use of this architecture are for the general desktop application and the e-commerce web application.
Okay. Hi, now it's up to me to explain software quality. First of all, software quality can be ambiguous and even subjective. Why? Because like beauty, quality depends on the observer. Okay, next we are going to explain the definition. Okay, it is the totality of characteristics of a product, process, or service that has the ability to satisfy explicit or implicit needs. Then, software can be said to have quality if it meets or exceeds the user's expectation in terms of process quality and the product quality. Okay, the product quality is how the product have been made. For example, the functionality, the execution, the reliability, and the availability. Then we have the process quality. Actually, in the world we have several applications or software to create a software successfully. For example, CMMI or Microsoft. They are some of the software that I have mentioned previously that give us a process model certificate. In other words, it means that we have done a software successfully, and if we have followed the process correctly.
Elements that determine software quality. First one, assessing software and system issues to find solutions to them as peer requirements. Second, developing working relationships with marketing and product managers and software engineers and others. Third, documentation is a very important part of the software architect job. Software architects must be able to communicate well through writing and be able to create flowcharts and diagrams. Fourth, the required accuracy of output that can be negatively affected by inaccurate data or inaccurate calculations. And number 5, the availability of the information. And well, that's the bibliography.
The normative ISO 9003 is a quality certification that is oriented for a software development enterprise. This normative seeks for the security, the correct management of the information, the organization, and many other characteristics. This one was created in the decade of the 19th in the last century to introduce the informatics services in the global market, and this one doesn't have a correct standard in an organization that prevents many of the mistakes that could have an informatic or software development enterprise, and this one was created to solve that, introducing many characteristics like the correct management of resources, the quality of the systems, their procedures, their functionality, and their architecture. And this one must seek especially the introduction of all of the informatic services that actually we know into the global market, a service that could be paid for that, and services that you have the confidence that these services will work.
Thanks for the attention given in the video.